Well, hi, it's Nick Drew, and you join me here today in a secret location in the Midlands. And we're here to take a good look around the new E-Series excavators from Case. And I'm joined by product specialist Hayden Bale, who's going to show us around.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Let's go. Large surface area, shaft guards in front of the cooling pack. For the lower section we have the air conditioning element. This has the ability to fold out, so we can get to both sides of it to clean it out with an airline if needed. We can move up to the top section where you can see the intercooler and the fuel cooler above that. Shaft guards can be released and pulled out from the top to be cleaned and washed and maintained. Then moving into this area here, largely a storage area that we have. We've got it steel plated out over the valve blocks, so we can use that to store equipment as and when necessary outside the cab. Moving on into the cab, this is where we find some significant differences over the D-Series. Firstly, if we look at the joystick controllers, these are now integrated into the seat. So they're not attached to the floor anymore, integrated into the seat and move freely with it to give a better operating experience. If we look at the track pedals, these are at a lower angle to give better control from heel and toe and less strain on the actual calf muscle. We also have a neat little feature where we can remove the floor mat easily to clean it and keep that working environment nice for the operator. We just slide that out like so, pull it out in one piece, can wash it off and get it back into position. So moving up into the cab, sitting in the operator's seat, we have a new feel in the E-Series. Bringing the arm down, pop the dead man up, joysticks in the same position as we'd expect them with, proportional controls for the auxiliaries on the top there. We have a brand new 10-inch monitor fitted to the machine, integrated cameras around the unit, 270-degree vision around the back end of the machine. Looking at the bottom here, we have a number of buttons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are shortcut buttons, so we can fast jump into different pages into the monitor if we don't want to have to scroll through the whole menu. We can also see at the bottom here, we have the climate control system built into the monitor as well. All the usual features that we had on the D-Series are incorporated into it regarding auto idle and auto stop, radio mute and that sort of thing. But then we can scroll through the menu. We can go to various different options around the machine here. If we go into this one, this is the flow balance. So we can go into the flow balance settings here, and we can increase and decrease the amount of flow to boom and dipper as and when required. So this is telling us we've got the breaker fitted to the front of the machine, or we've opted for the breaker. It's telling me how much flow and how much pressure is going to that breaker. I can go into the menu itself, and I can then go into the attachments here. And if we look under the breaker settings, we can go across the top here and we can adjust what we have actually fitted. So we can give a name to the breaker or the attachment fitted. We can give the model number if necessary. We can adjust the pressure. We can adjust the pump flow. So if we had something like a tilt rotator fitted to the machine and we wanted to track and raise the boom, instead of robbing flow from the tilt rotator, this supplements the flow to the system to make things all act and respond as we would expect in a normal operation. Looking under the right hand armrest, we have a control knob giving us 4 different operating modes. One at the front here is a lifting mode. We press that and it dictates on the screen which mode we're in, and then we can actually adjust the actual speed and the RPM of the machine when we're using that. We can extinguish that. We can go into economy mode with 10 different settings for economy, but also with the addition of maximum power as and when required, so the engine flow and pressure ratings are adjusted constantly using the Case intelligent hydraulic system to monitor the pressures through the machine as we dig. Pressing the button, we go into the power mode. Again, 10 different settings in the power mode to increase maximum flow for those more extreme applications. And then the last one there is super power, giving us maximum performance at all times.
Well, thanks, Hayden. I mean, it looks a fantastic machine. Always been a big fan of Case machines, so let's go and see what it'll do.
Yeah, I'm pleased you've enjoyed your day.
Fantastic.